In this video, I'm going to show you how to make these super cute pom-pom eggs. These are really easy to make, lots of fun, and a great way to use some yarn up. So let's get started. For this project, all you're going to need is a pair of scissors. Now, I would recommend a larger pair like this versus a little tiny pair like this because we want to cut and shape it up, and it's a lot easier to do with the bigger scissors. You're also going to need some yarn. Now you can really use lots of different yarn. I have some worsted weight acrylic yarn. These are just some bright, fun colors. This is very inexpensive at the craft store. You can get a big skein of it. So I just picked a turquoise, a bright orange, and a bright pink, okay? We're going to make one together in this turquoise color. So any yarn you want, I just used a medium 4. You can look on the yarn label for that, and bright colors. So to begin, what we're going to do is cut a piece of yarn about 12 inches long, about the length of a ruler, okay? We're going to cut that and we're going to set it aside. So what we're going to do now is just start wrapping the yarn around our hands. Now, what we're going to do is the more wraps you do, the bigger and kind of denser it's going to be. If you wrap it less times, you have to cut it down farther when we trim it to make it more dense looking and then that egg shape. So the more times you wrap it, the less you have to trim it down, so it will be a little bit bigger, okay? So if you don't have a lot of yarn like this, I don't have a lot of pink, you can do less wraps and so forth. We're going to do 150 wraps around our hand. So what we want to do is let the yarn fall down the front of our hand like this, so we have a little bit of a tail. And we're just going to start wrapping the yarn around our hands. Now each time it goes over that index finger, count that as 1, okay? So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so forth until you have 150 wraps around your hand. 147, 148, 149, and 150. And then just bring it down to the bottom here. We're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut. So you'll have 2 tails down here at the bottom. Now, as you can see, I have a big bundle here in my hand. So what we're going to do is carefully get it off of our hand now, but we're going to grab that piece of yarn that we cut earlier, and we're just going to kind of lay it flat down on our table, and then take your yarn and we're going to carefully slide it off of our hands, just like that, and just lay it right in the middle of that bundle, okay? Then you can kind of like squish it down so it kind of stays into place. Take your 2 ends and we're going to tie this nice and tight. Now there's kind of a balancing act here. You don't want to tie it too tight so that it snaps the yarn. Then you have to start over. But we want to get it as tight as possible. Now if you have a friend or a helper that can help you with this part to kind of hold their finger down as you tie it, that could be helpful too. But otherwise you can just kind of hold it down and just get that as tight as you can on there, okay? So now we're going to use these 2 ties as a handle. So you can sort of hold it as a handle, and you can see it's just like a little bundle we have here. So the next thing we're going to do, we don't have to worry about these tails anymore either over here. They're going to get incorporated in, okay? But we do want to hold on to this as a handle for now, till later. So what we're going to do is we're going to next take our scissors, and this is why having the big scissors helps, and we're going to cut all the loops that we see, okay? We're only going to leave 1 loop intact, and that is the loop that's holding it all together. We don't want to cut that. So just be very careful not to cut the piece of yarn wrapping around it that we just tied, okay? So we're just going to give it a cut all these loops, okay? And you can see there's kind of some buried in there. You can use your scissors to kind of fluff it up a little bit and it'll kind of reveal more loops. There's some more in there. It's almost like layers of loops, but you want to get all those loops cut. You can kind of fluff it with your hand a little bit. You can see there's a couple loops left. Just get all those loops cut, okay? Now, if you miss 1 or 2, that's okay. Usually when we start cutting it back down, it'll reveal some more loops, okay? So what we're going to do, we can kind of scoot this yarn out of the way, is we have the beginnings of our egg, but obviously it doesn't look like an egg. It's a little bit wild right now. So this is a part that might be helpful to do over a trash can or like a piece of paper, and then you can kind of scoot it out of the way. But I'm just going to start cutting, okay? So we want to think as we're cutting as far as how an egg shape is. So when we think of an egg, it has a rounded, larger bottom, and then the top sort of tapers. Not really like a cone, but just more of like a a gentle taper towards the top. And I'm going to use these handles to hold my egg. Now, one thing I will say, if you're going to tie your egg to something like this, you want to make sure this is the top part of your egg and that you're cutting it that way, okay? Otherwise, you can sort of, if you don't need these to tie onto something, this could be the bottom or the top. But if you're going to hang your egg, you want to hang it like that, okay? So let's just look at our egg like this and just sort of be thinking about the shape before you start cutting, okay? We want the bottom to be kind of rounded and a little bit bigger, and then taper sort of up at the top, okay? We're going to do lots of little cuts and the shape will reveal itself slowly, okay? So I'm just going to start cutting. Just start cutting our yarn pieces here. And if you want to, you can use, now if you're not tying this onto something, you can cut this at this point, okay? We can just kind of round off the bottom. And our egg has a 3D shape, so think about it too from all angles as you're cutting your egg, okay? And once you start sort of cutting the top, we can see how I'm cutting inward at a diagonal. It's better to do lots of little cuts than some big, deep, dramatic cuts, okay? And that will get that perfect egg shape if we just do lots of little kind of subtle cuts to our egg, okay? Also, as you're cutting, you want to stop from time to time and just kind of fluff it a little bit because that's going to reveal long pieces, okay, which we want to take care of as well. Okay, so just keep cutting away, getting that egg shape. If you're not familiar with how an egg looks, like sometimes it's hard to picture things, you could go grab an egg, like a plastic Easter egg, or an egg out of the refrigerator and just kind of study the shape a little bit before you begin, okay? Or you could look online at an egg if you just want to get that perfect egg shape and use something as an example, okay? So you notice I'm just making lots of small cuts. You can see my yarn, except for those long pieces that I had, is very, very tiny clippings, okay? So keep on trimming your egg, and we're just going to be working up the shape nice and slow. Okay, so I have it all trimmed down, and as you can see, it has kind of a rounded bottom, more of a tapered top, and our little egg is complete. You can make more of these in other colors if you like, and it's really fun to kind of use up some yarn. You can make a whole basket of them. So that is how you make an easy pom-pom egg. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure and click the subscribe button to get all the latest Sparkle and Splatter video updates. Thanks again.